Hi, friends. We are still reading Walter Brown and the Magician's Hat, and this time we are reading Chapter 7. And Chapter 7 is on page 55. Remember, you can slow down this video if you go over here and you press the settings button and you make it go to 75. You can slow down my talking. Also, remember, while I'm reading, you need to follow along in your book with your finger. Um, while I'm reading, circle new words, put a star next to something you think is important, underline new idea, or underline important, or your favorite sentence, excuse me, and follow along with me and listen to how the words are pronounced. Okay, so this is page 55 and it's chapter 7 and it's called Found Out, Found Out. So that means Walter was discovered. His magic was discovered. Someone caught him doing magic, right? Because he did the magic trick, and then the ice crystal warrior got out of the TV, and the fire fiend got out of the TV, and he put them in his hat, and he took them home, and they got out of his hat, and they're having a battle in his house. So lots of crazy things happening to Walter, and somebody now knows. So let's see who finds out about Walter's magic. Page 55. Walter felt the familiar warm shiver down his spine as he looked deep into Sixth Sense green eyes. Focus, he heard her chant, and very quickly the room began to dissolve into the background. Remember here, Walter is trying to do some magic again to stop the fire fiend. So he's trying to stop the fire fiend. That's his goal. So magic is starting to happen because he has his wand raised and Sixth Sense is looking at him. So Walter's wand began to fizz, pop, and glow. He has his wand, his magic wand. As before, once again, he heard himself starting to cry, "Jeepers, creepers," in a voice that didn't quite sound like his own. "What's going on up there, Walter?" Hannah's grown-up voice echoed up the stairs. So Hannah is hearing all this noise in Walter's room, right? She's hearing the Ice King and the Fiend Warrior and the cat and Walter all jumping around and making noise. So what's going on up there? Hannah wants to know. Clump, clump, clump. Her footsteps were now fast approaching. She's coming near Walter's room. The haze around Walter began fading in and out as he tried in vain to visualize the fire fiend shriveling up and disappearing. He lost concentration and stalled mid-chant. "Get on with it, get on with it," cried Sixth Sense, but Walter could no longer focus. He froze in panic and dropped his wand. The room came back into clear view, and he saw the flaming fire fiend drawing its flames as the last drops of the Crystal Warrior King evaporated. So the Crystal Warrior King is gone. No more Crystal Warrior King. We only have the flaming fire fiend left. Hannah flung open Walter's bedroom door just as Sixth Sense leapt back on the bed and the fire fiend sizzled up behind the radiator. Not a good place for a fire fiend. "What was all that noise, Walter?" she demanded. "And who are you shouting stop at?" She paused, staring at the carpet. "Walter, what are those burn marks?" So the carpet had fire on it, so it's burned from the fire fiend. Walter shook his head and faltered, looking across for support from Sixth Sense, who lay nonchalantly on the bed, washing herself and looking every inch a normal cat. "Nothing, no one," he said, and then added sternly, "I mean, it was just our clumsy cat knocking over my lamp again." Sixth Sense looked up indignantly, but on seeing Walter's cold Blair decided not to answer back. So Walter is lying. He told his sister that the burn marks on the carpet were from the cat knocking over the lamp, not the fire fiend. Walter held his breath, praying that Hannah would believe him. Well, said Hannah, Mom and Dad will be back soon, so you better get yourself sorted out quickly. As she turned to leave, she glanced towards the radiator, which Walter kept eyeing nervously. What are you looking at over there? She said. Nothing, said Walter, lying. Hannah frowned, then started marching towards the radiator. 6 Cent sat up. Uh-oh, she muttered in a resigned voice. Hannah got within 2 steps of the radiator when the flaming fire fiend burst out from behind, shot across the carpet, between her feet, and out of the bedroom door. A black, smoldering scorch line followed in its wake. So Hannah just saw the flaming fire fiend go across the bedroom between her legs. After it, cried 6 Cent, leaping up from the bed. Hannah stood briefly, stunned, surprised, shocked, as her younger brother and his cat streaked out of the door in hot pursuit of the bizarre, fiery ball. Wait for me, she cried suddenly, eyes alight. Walter was clearly involved in something awesome, of which she wanted to be a part. With all ideas of responsibility and growing up abandoned, she thundered down the stairs after him. So she got very interested. What is this flaming fireball? What is going on? So she felt excited and like a child again, and she forgot about being a grown-up 13-year-old. So that is chapter 7, short and sweet. Let's find out what happens in chapter 8 with this flaming fire fiend. Thank you.